Are you looking for the best DSLR cameras? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best DSLR cameras on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Nikon D850. The Nikon D850 isn't just the best DSLR camera we've tested, it's one of the best DSLRs ever made. This pro-level tank of a camera is built to withstand heavy use and features a fantastic 45-megapixel sensor that's even been adapted to newer mirrorless models like the Nikon Z7 II. It has a remarkably wide dynamic range to capture a greater range of detail in high-contrast settings, and it resolves enough fine detail to give you plenty of leeway to crop your images. This is a photographer's camera through and through, and with the well-established F-mount system, you'll have a ton of high-quality and affordable lenses to choose from for all kinds of photography, whether you shoot portraits or wildlife. Of course, this won't be your go-to travel camera due to its substantial size and weight, and its controls can be a bit intimidating, especially if you've never shot a Nikon before, but it's very durable and has an excellent battery life. If you'd prefer something a bit lighter, with a better live view autofocus system that makes it more suited to video work, you could also consider the Nikon D780. However, the D850 sensor gives it an edge for photography. Number 2. Canon EOS 6D Mark II. If the Nikon D850 is out of your price range, the Canon EOS 6D Mark II is a great full-frame option that sits at a lower price point. It isn't quite as tank-like as the Nikon or its higher-end stablemate, the Canon EOS 5D Mark IV. However, it's still well built, with a weather-sealed body and plenty of physical controls that make it easy to adjust settings on the fly. While the D850 has a better sensor, with advantages in areas like noise control and dynamic range, you'll still get amazing photos out of the 6D Mark II, and it has a solid autofocus system to boot. The biggest trade-off here is that it can't shoot 4K video. You also lose out on a secondary SD card slot and headphone jack. Ultimately, this is primarily a photography camera, whereas a higher-end model like the Nikon offers pro-grade features like dual memory card slots and 4K video capability. But if you can live without those features, this is still an excellent camera for the price. Number 3. Canon EOS 90D. Stepping down to an enthusiast-level crop sensor model like the Canon EOS 90D is a good way to save even more money without sacrificing high-end features. While it doesn't have a full-frame sensor like the pics above, this model has a 32.5-megapixel APS-C sensor that can capture plenty of fine detail, along with a very good autofocus system. The AF is newer than that of the Canon EOS 6D Mark II, so it supports both phase and eye detection for more precise focusing. It can also record 4K video if that's a must-have for you. Like most Canon DSLRs, it has a highly intuitive user interface and controls, making it easy to use for experienced and novice users alike. Plus, it's well built, with a weather-sealed body and top display to easily keep an eye on your settings, and of course, its battery life is excellent. Overall, this camera offers plenty of high-end features, and its crop sensor makes it a good fit for action and wildlife photography, though you do lose a bit of low-light advantage compared to our full-frame pics above. Number 4. Canon EOS Rebel SL3/250D. The Canon EOS Rebel SL3/250D is the best budget DSLR camera we've tested. It's also one of the most portable DSLRs Canon has ever produced, making it easy to take on the go. Its simple control layout is accessible to newcomers, and it has a fully articulated touchscreen to help you shoot at different angles. It uses the same APS-C sensor found in the higher-end Canon EOS Rebel T850D, so you'll get comparable image quality. Its autofocus system also performs well for its class, despite being more rudimentary than pricier models. If you're new to photography, the Nikon D3500 is another great budget option. Nikon's ultimate beginner camera is even more stripped down than the SL3, with a fixed screen and no 4K video capability. However, it has a unique guide shooting mode that teaches you the ropes as you shoot. If you've never used a dedicated camera before, it's an excellent starting point, but if you want a budget model with more features, the SL3 is the way to go. Number 5. Canon EOS Rebel T7/2000D. If you're on an even tighter budget, the best way to save money is to buy a used model. But if you just want a cheap, simple camera, the Canon EOS Rebel T7/2000D is one of the best truly affordable DSLRs that you can still buy new. At this price point, the build quality feels less sturdy and more plasticky than pricier models, and you don't get anything fancy like weather sealing or even a tilting screen. But underneath the modest exterior is a high-resolution APS-C sensor that's still very capable of capturing high-quality images. Since this is an older, cheaper model than the Canon EOS Rebel SL3/250D, it doesn't perform as well in dynamic range and noise handling. However, it's still very good for the price, and it uses the same lens mount with plenty of lens options to choose from, meaning you can always upgrade to better lenses down the line for better results.